Hello everyone. Yet another PSA has arrived. I, I'm caught in a bit of a twilight zone. In reality, I suppose the result is not all that bad. But I can no longer brag about having my PSA declining consecutively because it rose again. My last PSA was 81.89, and today, or yesterday as I had my blood drawn, but the result came today, it was 85.12. So we have a small climb of less than, what is that, less than 4 points or whatever it is. So yeah, it could have been worse, it could have been a lot worse, but it could definitely, and I was hoping for a lot better as well, because I'm on track with basically everything. Yes, that's about 2 weeks ago I stopped my fenbendazole protocol, but I was on track and I paid a lot of money for that. Has that, that's the question is always. Without it would have been worse. And just because I'm expecting a drop, and just because I'm planning and I'm hoping and I'm paying and I'm making my efforts because I want a drop down to normal level of PSA, just because that doesn't happen doesn't mean that the protocols I'm following is not working. Obviously the big question is, when you are walking around with the PSA at 85, is that a progressing damage that is just happening at a speed of 85 kilometers an hour, and as such I should have been down to 4 or 5 if I wanted to minimize the damage or minimize the amount that the body has to find itself. I don't really know. So as I've been mentioning it before, I'm quite sure, not quite sure, but if I can't make these changes happen, I have to have it supported by ADT. But I'll give it another month now, because I'm doing something that I have high hopes up for, something that has been dubbed by some as the natural form of chemo, liposomal vitamin C. I've only been doing it now, I think it's day 3, so that's definitely not something that's been showing up on my PSA this time, because there's no way that I in just one day has reached any saturated vitamin C levels that has impact on cancer. But by the time that we reach the next PSA, if this protocol is going to do anything good for me, it should show up. But again, we are at the same cross point as in terms of what is a positive result, because when I look at my PSA on the 22nd of January, it was 86.02, so it was almost 1 point higher than it is today. Basically, I would consider that being a flatliner, that we do not have any changes in 6 months. And if you start out in August with 124, and you in the whole of the year 23, and if you in the whole of year of 24 can maintain a status quo on your PSA, I think it's without doubt has showed that at least you can stall things before you head on to official treatment. You can do some serious research before you're needed to jump to it. But I also do know that the skeptics, and I do understand the skeptics, would say that unless you have a scan to support it, you really don't know what's going on. And that is also true. But I also have to remind the skeptics that while I don't know what's going on, I know that in all other parameters except for my liver numbers, I am improving my health. And if I had done official treatment, I would have had a full-on description on what I'm doing, but I would also have an equally long list of side effects. So not knowing could go both ways, and I'd like to think of it as a positive thing, especially when it's combined with all the other positive things that has happened. My liver numbers is though getting worse. I think it's my bilirubin number, and there's another number, I can't remember what the name of it is. It was 0.6 last time, it's 0.7 now. Sorry, 0.5 last time, 0.6 now. I think that's how it is, and it should be below 0.4 as far as that number goes. The other one is a lot worse. I think it should be below 1.2, and it has been increasing over the last few months, and now it's sitting on 2.10. And I think last time it was 1.7. So it's a substantial change. That is the bilirubin number we're talking there. How critical it is, I don't know. What to do about it right now, I also don't know. But the fact that I stopped with my fenbendazole, my 1,776 milligram a day protocol, makes me a bit pleased, especially because it doesn't seem to have any impact on numbers, and I do not want to do something that seems to have such negative impact on my liver. So I'm hoping down the road that that's going to make some healthy changes. And combining with vitamin C, which is a very, very good add-on to your body anyway. I mean, we're not producing vitamin C as a human being, so we do need artificial vitamin C. If you have a good diet, even that being a carnivore, you will get what you need from the meat. But it's not something that you could overdose on, as far as I'm understanding. If you really get too much, you get diarrhea, maybe a little bit of dizziness, but that's it. But when you're doing Lipsomel, it is absorbed in the bloodstream, and you should not get diarrhea. I've had a little bit of a reaction in terms of diarrhea, but I'm not sure that is because of vitamin C. I think more it's also because I've just come out of a 48-hour fasting, and well, I always go bananas in eating when I get out of that, and my stomach obviously gets upset. Anyway, 85.89 is my PSA now. If we're looking on the year in total, 6 months, 22nd January until the 21st of July, we have a status quo. So that's where we are. It obviously does make me a little bit annoyed, because I've been on a full protocol now on 17 strain RSO for more than a month. I've been for 2 or 3 months on a full protocol on RSO, even though it has only been a 7, 8, 9, 10 strain kind of thing. It should work. I hear people now saying that they have done it and succeeded by doing it just with a 1 strain RSO. So adding all the other things that I am doing, well, I'm not 100% pleased. Testosterone level was also one of the questions. I had to test it again, and I managed to reduce it from what was at 7.59 down to 5.23, I think it is. So that was a drastic reduction, and I have increased my training a little bit. I've done the same kind of physical fitness training, but because this month has been dedicated to beat my step count on all accounts, that means the step counts for a day, step counts for a week, calendar week, the step counts for a calendar month, and the most consecutive days with at least 10,000 steps a day. Which reminds me that the step count for a week was beaten last week, and that was 124,000 steps. And it was 109,000 initially, and now my consecutive 10,000 steps a day record is 29 days. Today is day 30, so when I cross 10,000 today, we will have a new best on that one as well. Obviously, I'll be continuing because I also want to have the best step count for the month, the calendar month, and it seems that I'm breaking it considerably, because my previous one was 350,000 steps, and I will be doing well beyond 400,000 this time. So it's looking good. The only one that I've got to have a little bit of struggles beating is my day record, because it's 35,000 steps. It was 2 years ago when I set a ball breaker for a hash. It was a 22-kilometer run where I set the run for the runners, went out there and clipped the papers on the trees and verified everything was okay. So I had a purpose doing all that walking, and that was a lot of walking. I think I've got to do somewhere between 25 and 30 kilometers of hiking one day to beat that personal best. I'm planning on doing it this month. I want to clear them all this month, but it's going to be a long day. Anyway, that's where we are. Liposomes, that's going to be my new hope, and I have to see some changes very soon. I don't think I can keep on doing this, just having my PSA hovering at 80. I need to see it being lowered. So I am at this stage with the disappointment fresh in my head, contemplating that if I don't have a significant fall next time in my PSA, doing Lipsomal vitamin C with all the other things that I'm still doing except for my fenbendazole, then I might run an experiment where I'm combining it with at least a 3 months ADT treatment. But we have to see. Each step is a baby step right now. Now it's time for the highlight of the day, my coffee at cafe. So until next time, stay happy and healthy.